There is a version of you that has been waiting, patiently, quietly, for a very long time,
Waiting for what?
for you to choose them, for you to say, this time, it's my turn. This time, I matter too. This time, I choose myself.
And every time that moment almost arrived, something happened.
Someone needed something. Someone had a problem. Someone's feelings had to be managed. Someone's expectations had to be met.
And you again went to the back of the line.
Not because you were forced, but because somewhere inside you believed that choosing yourself was selfish, that putting yourself first was wrong, that other people's needs were more urgent than your own.
And maybe they were. Sometimes. But not always. Not every time. Not for years and years without a single moment of me.
And the strange thing is, the more you gave, the more was expected. And the less you kept, the less people noticed.
Until one day, you looked in the mirror. And you barely recognized the person looking back.
Because you had given so much away for so long that you forgot who you were before all the giving started.
Today, that changes. Today, we talk about the most important sentence you may say this year.
This time, I choose myself. No guilt. No excuses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable, the podcast where we help you speak English naturally and confidently through real, honest conversations.
I'm John.
And I'm Maria. So happy you're here with us today.
This episode is for B1 to B2 learners, intermediate to upper intermediate level English.
How are you feeling today, John?
Honestly, like someone who needed to hear today's topic about 3 years ago.
Same. This one is personal for both of us, and I think for almost everyone listening.
Before we start, thank you for being here and for choosing right now to invest time in yourself. That is already today's lesson in action. 10 LD. Let's go.
Okay, I want you to think about the last time you did something purely for yourself.
Not for your family. Not for your work. Not because someone needed you. Just for you.
Something that made you feel good. Restored. Like yourself again.
When was it?
Take a moment. Think honestly.
For some people, the answer comes quickly. Last week. Last month.
For others, they have to think much harder. Was it last year? 2 years ago? Longer?
And for some people, the honest answer is, I'm not sure I remember.
And that answer, that difficulty remembering, it is not just about not having time. It is about a pattern, a deep, long-standing pattern of coming last.
And the pattern has a name. It's called self-abandonment. Abandonment means leaving something behind, giving it up.
Self-abandonment means you abandon yourself, your needs, your wants, your time, your energy, your dreams. You leave them behind, consistently, for everyone else.
And it feels noble, generous, selfless. At first,
But over time, it feels like exhaustion, resentment, invisibility.
resentment means a feeling of bitterness towards someone or something because you feel you have been treated unfairly.
And the resentment is not usually directed at the people you gave everything to. It's directed at yourself for not choosing yourself sooner.
Today, we stop the pattern. Not all at once, not dramatically, but with one decision.
This time, I choose myself.
Maybe this is you. You have been last on your own list for a very long time.
Today, you move up.
Okay, let's start with the question most people never ask. When did you stop choosing yourself?
Because nobody is born putting themselves last. Children, they choose themselves naturally and freely.
They say what they want. They ask for what they need. They cry when they're tired and laugh when they're happy. Without guilt. Without apology.
And then, slowly, something changes.
They learn. From family, from culture, from experience. That choosing yourself too much makes people unhappy.
That good people put others first. That asking for what you need is demanding. That your feelings, if they are inconvenient, should be managed quietly.
And so they learn to shrink. Shrink means to become smaller, to take up less space.
They shrink their needs, their desires, their voice, their presence.
And they replace all of that with usefulness, with being needed, with making sure everyone around them is okay.
And for a while, this works. People appreciate them. They feel valuable. They feel like good people.
But the appreciation is for what they do, not for who they are.
And slowly, they stop knowing the difference. They start believing, I am only valuable when I am useful.
And that belief, it is devastating. Devastating means causing great damage or distress.
Because it means, when they are not being useful, they feel worthless, empty, like they are taking up space they haven't earned.
And this is where the inability to choose yourself comes from. Not from laziness, not from weakness.
From a deeply held belief that your existence requires justification through service.
And that belief, it is not true. It was never true.
You did not come into this world to earn your right to exist through constant giving.
You came into this world already worthy, already enough, already deserving of time and care and choice.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You cannot rest without feeling guilty. You cannot say no without lengthy justification. You cannot take something for yourself without wondering, should I? Really?
That guilt, it is old programming. And today, we start to change it. Okay. Because when people hear choose yourself, they often imagine something dramatic. Quitting everything. Walking away from responsibilities. Being completely selfish.
And that is not what choosing yourself means at all.
So let's be very clear about what it actually means and what it doesn't.
Choosing yourself means making decisions that honor your own needs alongside the needs of others. Not instead of, alongside.
Alongside means at the same time as. Together with.
You can choose yourself and love your family deeply. They are not opposites.
You can choose yourself and fulfill your responsibilities, not at the expense of everything else, but not at the expense of yourself either.
Choosing yourself means saying no when no is the honest answer, without constructing an elaborate excuse, without apologizing excessively.
Choosing yourself means protecting time for the things that restore you, even when life is busy. Especially when life is busy.
Choosing yourself means taking your own opinions seriously, in decisions that affect your life. Your opinion matters, not just everyone else's.
Choosing yourself means treating yourself with the same kindness you give to everyone else. When you make a mistake, you speak to yourself with the same grace you would offer a friend.
And choosing yourself means recognizing when a relationship, a situation, or a pattern is costing you more than it is giving, and doing something about it.
Let me give you a very simple example. You have a free Saturday, and you have two options.
Option 1. Spend the whole day helping someone who always asks for your help. Someone who rarely reciprocates. Someone who takes your time without much gratitude.
Option 2. Spend some of that time doing something that restores you. Something for yourself.
Choosing yourself is not saying no to everyone and doing nothing but relaxing.
Choosing yourself is saying, I will help for some of this day, and I will protect some of this day for myself.
Balance. Not selfishness. Not martyrdom. Martyrdom means suffering without complaint, sacrificing everything, often to the point of destroying yourself.
Not martyrdom. Balance.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You were asked for something, and you said yes, when no was the honest answer. And you felt the cost of that yes for days afterward.
That cost? It was information. Your own needs were telling you something. And you didn't listen.
Today, you start to listen.
Okay. The hardest part of choosing yourself. For most people, the hardest part is not the choice itself.
It's the guilt that follows.
You say no. You protect your time. You choose something for yourself. And immediately, the guilt arrives.
Was that selfish? Should I have done the other thing? Are they upset with me? Did I let someone down?
And the guilt is so uncomfortable that most people use it as a reason to go back, to undo the choice, to give the thing away again.
And so, the pattern continues.
So where does the guilt come from? And is it telling you something true?
The guilt comes from the same place as the self-abandonment, from the learned belief that your needs are less important, that choosing yourself is taking something from someone else.
And sometimes that is partially true. Sometimes choosing yourself does disappoint someone. Sometimes saying no does mean someone has to find another solution.
But here is what the guilt never tells you. The cost of not choosing yourself.
The exhaustion that builds over years. The resentment that quietly grows. The version of you that slowly disappears because every part of you was given away.
The guilt only shows you one side. The discomfort of choosing yourself right now. It never shows you the cost of not choosing yourself over time.
So when the guilt arrives, and it will, you can say something to it.
You can say, I hear you, and I am not being selfish. I am being responsible for myself.
Because here is the truth that most people who give constantly never accept.
You cannot give from empty. You cannot love well when you are depleted. You cannot be present for others when you have given your presence to everyone except yourself.
Choosing yourself is not taking from others. It is filling yourself so you have something real to give.
And the people who genuinely love you, the real ones, they want you full, not empty and resentful and exhausted.
And hollow giving, people feel it, even when they don't say so.
Maybe you know this feeling too. You gave something, but you gave it with resentment. without real heart. And somehow, the receiving felt flat too.
Choose yourself. Fill yourself. And then give from what overflows. Okay? Real English phrases. The language of someone who has chosen themselves and speaks from that place.
Category 1. Phrases for saying no without guilt.
I'm not going to be able to do that, but thank you for thinking of me.
That doesn't work for me right now.
I need to protect my time this week, so I'll have to pass.
I've learned to be more careful about what I commit to, so I'm going to say no this time.
Notice, none of these apologize excessively. None of them offer lengthy explanations. They are complete as they are.
Category 2. Phrases for communicating your own needs clearly.
I need some time for myself today. I'll be back fully present tomorrow.
This matters to me. And I'd like us to find a way to make space for it.
I've been putting this off for too long. I'm choosing to prioritize it now.
I deserve to take this seriously. And I'm going to.
Category 3. Phrases for responding when someone makes you feel guilty for choosing yourself.
I understand you're disappointed. And I also needed to make this decision for myself.
I care about you, and I also have to take care of myself. Both things are true.
I'm not choosing against you. I'm choosing for me. Those are different things.
My needs matter too. I hope you can understand that.
Category 4. Phrases for talking about this journey in English.
I've been learning to choose myself, and it's harder than it sounds. But it's changing everything.
I used to feel guilty every time I did something for myself. I'm working on that.
I'm trying to give myself the same care I give to everyone else. It's a practice.
This time, I'm not putting myself last. And I don't need to justify that.
These phrases, they are not aggressive. They are not cold. They are simply honest. From a person who has decided their own needs are worth honoring.
And that person? That is who you are becoming. Starting today.
Can I share something that I think is at the heart of everything we talked about today?
Please.
The sentence, I choose myself, it sounds simple. 3 words. And yet, for many people, saying it out loud and meaning it is one of the hardest things they will ever do.
Because it requires dismantling something very old. A belief that was planted early, that was reinforced constantly. That says, your job is to give. And giving yourself to yourself is wrong.
And dismantling that belief, it doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small moments.
The first time you say no without apologizing.
The first time you protect an hour just for yourself. And don't fill it with something useful.
The first time you disagree, out loud, with something you genuinely disagree with. And don't take it back.
The first time you look at yourself with kindness instead of criticism.
Each of those moments, they are a choice. A small, quiet, powerful choice.
And over time, those choices add up. And the person you have been choosing, yourself, they start to become more present, more clear, more real.
And the extraordinary thing, the thing I did not expect, is that when you start choosing yourself, you start choosing others better too.
What do you mean?
When you are full, when you have given yourself what you need, the giving you do for others becomes genuinely free, not obligated, not resentful, not depleted.
Free giving. From someone who chose themselves first.
And that kind of giving, it is the most beautiful kind because it comes from abundance, not from obligation.
Abundance means having more than enough. Overflowing.
Give from your abundance, not from your emptiness.
And to have abundance, you have to choose yourself first. Consistently. Without guilt. Without excuses.
Remember this. Choosing yourself is not the opposite of loving others. It is the foundation of it.
Say it again.
Choosing yourself is not the opposite of loving others. It is the foundation of it.
The foundation. Without it, the love you give is built on sand.
With it, everything you give is real. Okay, everyone, let's slow down now. Word tour time.
Key words from today. Say them with us.
Word 1, self-abandonment. This means consistently leaving your own needs, wants, and well-being behind for others. Example 1. Years of self-abandonment left her exhausted and unsure of who she actually was. Example 2. Self-abandonment feels selfless at first, but it costs far more than it gives.
Recognize self-abandonment in yourself. Not to feel bad about it, but to stop it. You cannot pour from empty forever.
Word 2. Shrink. This means to become smaller, to take up less space, physically, emotionally, or in conversation. Example 1. She had spent years shrinking herself to make others more comfortable. Example 2. Stop shrinking. You were not made to be small.
Stop shrinking. Your presence, your real, full presence, is not too much. It is exactly enough.
Word 3. Resentment. This means bitterness or anger caused by feeling treated unfairly over time. Example 1. Years of saying yes when she meant no had built a quiet resentment she couldn't explain. Example 2. Resentment is what happens when you abandon your needs for too long without acknowledging it.
Watch for resentment. It is almost always a signal that you have been choosing everyone except yourself for too long.
Word 4. Martyrdom. This means suffering without complaint and sacrificing everything, often to the point of self-destruction. Example 1. She wasn't being generous anymore, she was practicing martyrdom. And nobody benefited. Example 2. Martyrdom is not virtue, it is self-abandonment dressed up as goodness.
There is a difference between generosity and martyrdom. Generosity gives from abundance. Martyrdom gives from emptiness and calls it noble.
Word 5. Alongside. This means at the same time as, together with, not instead of. Example 1. Choosing yourself happens alongside loving others, not instead of it. Example 2. Her own needs existed alongside everyone else's, not below them.
Your needs exist alongside the needs of others, not below them, not after them, alongside.
Word 6. Reciprocate. This means to give back in return for something received. To respond in kind. Example 1. She noticed that she gave constantly in a relationship that rarely reciprocated. Example 2. Healthy relationships reciprocate. Not perfectly, not equally every day, but over time.
Notice what reciprocates in your life. And invest more there. Because one-sided giving, however noble it feels, eventually depletes you completely.
Word 7. Abundance. This means having more than enough. Overflowing. A state of richness, not necessarily in money, but in energy, love, and capacity. Example 1. When she started choosing herself, she discovered she had more to give, not less. Example 2. Give from your abundance, not from your emptiness.
Build your abundance, protect it, and give from what overflows. That is the most sustainable and the most genuine way to love anyone.
Word 8. Unapologetically. This means without apology, without guilt or shame about something that is right and real. Example 1. She finally chose herself, unapologetically, and everything changed. Example 2. Speak your truth unapologetically, not aggressively, but clearly, from a place of genuine self-respect.
Choose yourself unapologetically, not harshly, not selfishly, but without the unnecessary guilt that has kept you small for too long. Okay, one thing to do today. Just one.
Today, do one thing. One small thing. Purely for yourself.
Not productive, not useful to anyone else. Just for you.
Maybe it is sitting quietly with a cup of tea. Maybe it is going for a walk alone. Maybe it is reading something you love. Maybe it is saying no to something you would normally say yes to.
Just one thing. Today. For you.
And when the guilt arrives, and it might, say this sentence out loud.
Here is your sentence template for today.
I am choosing myself today. Not because I don't care about others, but because I matter too. And this time, no guilt. No excuses.
Say it now. Out loud.
I am choosing myself today. Not because I don't care about others, but because I matter too. And this time, no guilt. No excuses.
Again. Like you mean it. Because you do.
I am choosing myself today. Not because I don't care about others, but because I matter too. And this time, no guilt. No excuses.
That sentence, it is your beginning. Say it as many times as you need to, until you believe every word. Okay. Comment challenge time. And this one, it is the most personal one we have ever asked.
One question. And we want your real answer.
What is one thing you have been wanting to do for yourself that you have kept putting off because of guilt or other people's needs?
Write it in the comments using this sentence.
Something I have been wanting to choose for myself is underscore, underscore, underscore. And this time, I am going to do it. No guilt. No excuses.
Write it. In English. In the comments. Right now.
Because writing it, making it public, making it real, it is the first act of choosing yourself.
And we want to celebrate it with you.
We read every single comment. Every one. And today, we especially want to read yours.
If this episode gave you something, please give it a like. It really helps more people find us.
And subscribe to Speak Unstoppable if you haven't yet. New episodes every day, real conversations, real English, real life.
Thank you for being here today.
This time,
choose yourself.
No guilt.
No excuses.
Just you. Choosing you.
For once. And then again. And then again after that.
Until it becomes the most natural thing in the world.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.